do you know how popular it is on Twitch for the eating channels?
No,
That
really?
they Yes, they literally there are, like, thousands of people that do the live stream that they sit there and they eat while they have conversations with friends. They all sit around and eat, talking to each other. I kid you not. I was like,
Yeah, I
"Why do they
believe
have
you.
so" I was like, "Why do they have so
Well,
many
you
of
could just we should see who else you can pull into chat.
that?" Okay, who should we do?
Whoever wants to.
Uh,
And then I can go get my food and I'll come
uh,
back and you can watch me
that's
eat.
that's crazy. I don't know if that okay, let me see.
Hi, Jesse. Hi,
Who
Carrie.
could who could we
We're
do?
back.
I want to get Scoot. It's 2, so it's what?
Hey, Richard.
That's
They found us
that's
again.
4. That's
You guys are
4.
diehards. Well, to
Let's
tie up
see.
our AI conversation, I think we're all finding ways to make it work for us.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe in the background it's working to take over us, but at least we're getting a little something in return. I do feel like it's helping me be productive. I feel like it's helping me be a little bit Hollywood or what I call, I want to create things that are, I would need like a Hollywood studio to fund. But now I could
Yeah.
just do it with me and several AI programs. So that's to me an advancement. I don't know. So,
I just like playing. I
well,
just look at all
all
of
of
this
it's
now as
plain.
toys.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
I just look at
They're
all of
tools.
it as toys.
Hey guys,
Tools.
they're all
Yeah,
coming back.
toys. Yeah. Do you notice that even on do you use Printify? Do you do any
Printify.
merch? Yeah, do you make any
Yeah, I know
merch?
what it is, and I have it different times, but right now all I'm doing is my books on Shopify. I showed that to you,
Well,
didn't I? Well, you know what was weird? So I was using Book Vault, and I did this. This is my paperback that my author's edition that I did through Book Vault, but I don't know if you can see this. Do you see how big the print is?
that'd be my kind of book, actually.
Well, yeah, I don't mind it, but this is the same exact file. I wonder if I can put these side by side so you can see. This is the paperback that you can buy on Amazon with this new. Can you see that? Look at the print. That's the same file, but the print is way different.
Wow.
I don't understand why
Wow.
Book Vault made it bigger, but not that I care. I mean, I think most people get books and go, God, this is so little. But it is a bit
There you
on
go.
the large side. It's not I wouldn't call it large print because 'cause I've done large print books, but I don't know what happened. It could be
Don't they
me
u
or it could be book.
don't they use a different kind of paper?
Well, that shouldn't make
Is it
the
different?
that shouldn't make
It shouldn't
the
make it shouldn't
size.
make the fonts
I mean,
bigger.
I did
Yeah,
use
you're right.
cream paper, but that doesn't make the font different. It's the same file. Same file. Anyway, I do like the quality, and we'll see what happens with that. So that's like something I'm selling on my Shopify store. And I've only created a Shopify store because of you and Alicia and
Whoa,
all
whoa,
this,
whoa, 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 whoa.
um,
I've been
in a good
telling you,
way.
pay I've
I'm
been telling
blaming
you,
you in a good
pay
way.
him. Pay him. I've not done Shopify. Pay him. I've been
I
trying to
have
talk you
pay
out
him.
of Shopify.
No, so here's the thing. I wanted to go all in. I'm not the kind of person that says, "Oh, I'll just do this until." And to me, what I liked about Shopify versus PayHip, which I do have PayHip, but I don't really use
But
it.
you
So
don't
there's
use it.
well, you
So
can't.
you so you
Why
don't
use both? But anyway, I have
I
Shopify
get
because
it.
of the blog. I think it'll get noticed more, and I'm trying to do that thing where I'm creating searchable information out there about my
Yeah,
books that
yeah, but why
AI
didn't you
will
do the
find now.
blog? Why didn't you do the blog on PayHip? They have a blog.
I don't think they have one. They have
Yes, they
their
do.
blog.
No.
Well, maybe I
You
don't
can put a
know
blog on
everything
there.
that PayHip can do.
This is
Well,
what I was trying to tell you, lady, is that you didn't use it. You don't know what it's capable of. It's actually one
probably
of the
very
platforms
true.
that they compare with Shopify of if
Yeah.
you don't use Shopify, use PayHip because it can do a lot of the similar things. They're almost
Yeah.
identical.
Well, I don't
Shopify
know if
has
it can do
more of
book
the
vault.
audience.
I don't know.
Bookvault, yes. They actually have a natural they're connected because Printify is in the UK. It's from London.
I know that. Well, I
So it does
mean,
connect.
book vault is.
They have They have a natural no, PayHip is from. So,
Yeah,
they
you
have a
said
natural
Printify.
connection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that
they
makes
literally
sense, but
PayHip
anyway.
PayHip literally has a PDF to connect Book Vault. So
Well, I'm
yeah,
going more into Shopify. I chose one.
I'm not
If
fighting. I'm just
you
saying.
guys didn't give me a good enough direction, I'm gonna put it
Yeah,
on you, right? No,
no, no,
I don't know. I
no.
I guess I didn't read the front small
I
print.
will take screenshots of our direct messages, and I know what I tried to tell you. Yes.
So,
So, because
people avoid good
it's
advice
the
all the time.
it's the it's the penny pincher in me having such a big family. I know where every penny goes, and so I don't spend a penny unless I absolutely have to.
And I'm just throwing
So
money everywhere.
but the thing is that I want you to be successful. I want everyone to be successful. The thing
Thank
is that
you.
Shopify literally can do anything. PayHip can't, but Shopify can.
Well, then there
But
you
I
go.
just
I'm doing
but
anything. I'm doing almost anything.
Okay. Okay.
Well, and
Okay.
my sort of thing was I have to go all in with something, and I if I pay to use it, which you pay to use Shopify,
Yes, you do.
then I'm gonna use it because I paid to use it.
Okay,
So that's
that's actually
my
valid.
thinking. So
I get that.
yeah, so for
Yeah,
a
because
year,
if it hurts, you got skin
I'm
in the
gonna
game,
pay
you're gonna
for
make
it.
it work.
I need to make it
Yeah.
work. I need to make it pay
Okay.
for itself. So, I paid for a year, and I'm feeding the beast and seeing if some money comes out of the other end. I'll let you know, and maybe at the end, you'll be
Okay.
like, "And I told you, pay hip
No,
all
no,
along."
no. Nope, I won't do that. What I'll end up doing, I'll tell you right now, what I'll end up
Oh,
doing is
Ben needs
saying,
to know eventually.
you gotta do a second year." That's what I'll tell you. Well, you
Oh,
didn't give it
yeah.
enough time.
Yeah, well, everybody says startups, why are you supposed to give at least 3 to 5 years? Ben, Shopify is a store, so it's an online store where I only have 2 books up now. It's very easy to put up digital, which there was a huge learning curve, and I just wanna say for the record, there is a huge gap to selling your own books. Digital, easy. Print, hard. The time is
I wanna
longer.
know why you say that. I wanna know
Well,
why you say that.
because I found that to be true. It's not
Okay,
that you can't set up a book easily. The
okay.
systems are great. The cost is much higher. So you have to offer something. I feel like I have to offer something extra in these books, and I am. I'm offering an
Or
author's edition.
you mean cost to the reader.
Yeah. Well, so the
Okay,
cost of printing it is more. So, yeah, so I
right.
have to raise the
No,
cost
I
of
get
the
that.
printer, and then it takes much longer to get. It's not like Amazon that you
Yeah,
order something and you get it
yeah.
next week. It takes
That's why
4
I'm a fan
weeks.
of digital books. Yeah.
And there is,
I
of
love
course,
my
there's
Nook.
still the learning curve. It's not as easy as doing it on Amazon, but you can learn stuff. So, anyway, I'm saying so in the beginning, if all you wanna do is do digital, simple thing to set up on Shopify or even PayHip, very easy to have your own author site and do that. But, of course, there's not much money in digital unless you have, like, a series. So, anyway,
Ah, that's where I thought okay, so here's the thing. I thought the exact same thing as you, your statement, because it's I have a book. It's like, but I mean, you see behind me, my original series is right there. And what do I have now? I've got one book. Of course, it's freaking huge, but this is my first book. And I was like, okay, I gotta hurry and get on to the next one and the next one and the next one. And Alicia's like, whoa, whoa, no, no. You have a book, right? Yeah. She goes, now you focus on this. You're thinking writer mind. No, you need to have the e-commerce mind. So now you have your book. Now you need to be doing all your Pinterest and your YouTube and driving everything to that one book. I got to show you something. I'm going to put something in
um,
the,
just to help, Ben is asking if it's comparable to Pod. So, here was my takeaway from this whole process. Print on demand, yeah, they're printing on demand, but what these like, Book Vault, um, what's the other one out there? Lulu, is it? What
there's
all
Lulu. Yes.
what they're taking something that was meant for something else, and we're pushing it into this print on demand, one book for one reader. They were originally made, all these systems that we're now tapping into to use, they were made to bulk produce books. You were supposed to go in as an author, buy 100 books, and then go sell them yourself to somebody IRL in real life. And that's to me where the problem is because they're still trying to catch up to do print on demand like Amazon does it. Nobody can do print on demand like Amazon, and that's for many reasons that I think are probably pretty obvious. That's
It,
why I say if you dip your toe into this, start with digital because then you won't make yourself crazy, and you can
yes, and
digital's
you can
easy to
go
sell.
everywhere.
You c
You
Yeah,
can and
everybody
you can
and
go
yeah.
everywhere.
Coomer! Pull Coomer in. Coomer!
Yay! Oh, okay, we'll do that. You're
He
getting
might not
invited,
want you.
Coomer.
Are you at work? You might be with
I don't
some.
care. I'm doing it. He'll have to deny
Yeah,
it.
you don't have to do it. Let's see, this is my pay hip. Oh, you're saying
Yeah. See,
did
if
you
you
put a
look at
link?
that, this is my story. Yeah, but you have
Book
to
for
copy and
free
paste. So
minus I don't see any, URL. Did you put a URL in?
yeah, I said that.
Was it above? Oh, it's above. Never mind.
Sorry. Yeah, I said go
Yeah,
look
well,
at
yeah,
this.
so a lot of these print on demand things like PayHip or Shopify, they're different. Like, you either pay a certain fee to use them, and then the fee per book that is ordered by someone is less,
Okay, okay.
or you
Wait,
pay
wait,
as you go.
wait. Confusion. There's confusion. So Ben, there's a difference. PayHip and Shopify, they have nothing to do with pay print. They're not a pod. They're a
No, they
selling platform.
used yeah, they tap into the
They c
print on demand companies.
they can connect to those things,
Like I was
yes.
talking
Yes.
about this book comes from, um,
And
BookVault.
by the way, print on demand only refers to print. That's it.
Right.
It has nothing to do with digital. Digital, you can sell anywhere, everywhere, any platform on your own website. You can sell them
Very
on.
easy to upload and make them yourself.
Yep.
They're
Yep.
usually just you use a PDF,
Yep.
and all the systems can sell those to people. So, yeah, that's why it's the best place to start, and, anyway, I'm just saying there's a gap there because these services like BookVault or Lulu weren't made to do 1 book for 1 customer. They weren't set up
Yes.
originally for that. So
Yes.
that's to
Lulu
me where
was.
the learning curve is, and until that actually somehow improves, which I'm sure it will, it's
L-
still not the best place to well, you always told me this, and I'm total believer that you need your book everywhere. It should be on Amazon, it should
Yep.
be
Should be
so,
everywhere. Yep.
I mean,
Because you
I
never know where you're going to get a reader.
no,
You never
and
know.
you never know when they'll find out about it, and they'll go look for you on their favorite site. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Lulu was just to
Ben
be
has
clear.
issues with Amazon. Okay.
Lulu was designed to do one at a time from the beginning. And so was Create Space, and
Well
both of them were before Amazon, and I
well,
used
but they
both of them.
can't yeah, they can't deliver like Amazon, unfortunately, yet. I don't know if they will. Lulu's been around for a long
I don't
time.
but what do you mean by can't deliver like? They can deliver just
It
like
doesn't
Amazon.
it can't deliver fast.
Yes, they can.
I mean, I've set up on Lulu. I'm pretty sure I ordered a book. I haven't gotten it yet.
But here's the thing, here's the funny thing. So, what's hilarious is that if you understand the chain, for example, for you, here's like the difference, and I can just isolate it to Amazon. You can buy your book, any of your books right now on Amazon, and you'll get it in, your overnight whatever thing, right? But if you go buy a wholesale version of your own book in the back of your store through your account that you made it, you're going to get it in a couple weeks. Why? Because you're not the priority. When it's a customer, when it's a customer, everyone makes it their priority. Lulu can deliver. If I do my books through, sell my Lulu book uh, Amazon, I will get the Lulu book just as fast as any other book that I buy on Amazon. That means they are moving as fast because
Oh,
Amazon doesn't print it, Lulu does. See what I mean? So
I
actually,
see what you mean, but that's
it's
not true for BookVault because I went in and bought it as a person, not as this is not an author
yeah,
copy.
but
So and it took
but
4
also
weeks to get here.
but it's also on the other side of the planet.
No,
Yeah.
I'm sure it was printed in the United States somewhere.
You're sure you
I
know.
know I don't know, but I know that
Okay, so
they say they have places they do print it in the US, so I don't know. Yeah, they don't give you that information.
so this is the part of me that I poke at companies and figure this stuff out, and I have fought with so many of these things, and I've used almost all
I
of
mean,
them
I
out
coulda looked
there.
at the packaging,
So
it would have said so where
yeah,
it came
tell you
from.
where it comes from.
Um,
So yeah. Ah well, ah well. Delana, if you're, oh yeah,
Elena!
well, Coomer's not joining apparently, so I'm
No, he might
canceling
be
that.
somewhere.
I I can't pull Lisa in because she's babysitting her granddaughter. So ta-da! I should pull Jet. Oh, it'll say where it was printed on the back
Oh,
page.
okay.
Oh, there you go.
On the
There you go.
back page. Well, I have a
Awesome, awesome.
barcode. All I have is a
Ta-ta-ta-ta,
barcode. How will I know from the
ta-ta.
barcode?
Do you want to join, Lisa?
Oh, it has the
Oh,
nah, it doesn't say.
huh.
Doesn't say in my book because the interior stuff is, what I created. They didn't haven't added anything.
Yeah. So
But it's
there's
really
it.
nice. Just the quality is great. I really love how it came out, So,
Yeah.
I think if you warn people that order stuff when it's an author edition and say, "Hey, it's gonna take 4 weeks." If it shows up early, they'll be happy, and
Yeah.
it might,
Yeah.
but it might not.
I'm trying to find another alternative. So Lisa's helping me. I'm gonna go. I'm actually gonna see what I can do and go with Vervante because Vervante
Go
is
Vermonte.
yeah, well, Vervante is literally within 15 minutes of where I live. I can go down and talk to the president of the company. And the lady that owns Vervante, she invented print on demand.
Well,
She
there you
invented that
go.
she invented that process, and she was the one that was in charge. She worked for IBM, and then she developed CreateSpace, which is what Amazon bought. Then they fired all the people, used the new machine, got their own new machines, took over the name and did that, and then eventually just dropped off and made KDP. Okay.
Mm,
So this lady took the employees and said, "Can I take the original machines?" They said, "Sure." She moved to Utah and started Vervante. So all the quality and everything, nobody knows the business like that woman.
sure.
So yeah. So and the nice thing is that she found this beautiful client base in Utah because Utah, I don't know if you've heard, it's just I hate this part, but this is like the MLM capital of the planet.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And so
I lived
and
in Park City for a while, and
oh, oh gosh. Oh,
let's
well
see, what did I
you
briefly
stayed in the
call
beautiful part.
I was
Like,
skiing.
well, good,
I was at my
good. We still
ski bum years,
have the best snow.
and I used to sell, fancy hardware that
Oh, cool.
for doors and knobs and faucets. I was really good at that.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I like shopping for that. Huh.
I used to go
Anyway,
to
so
houses and do anyway,
well,
good time.
Vervante has,
Bravante.
they have first of all, their quality, like, even their paperback, and I did before I went with them, I ordered a paperback of my book from them and a paperback of my book from Amazon because I think Amazon's paperbacks for the cost, I think they do a really decent job.
They do.
Um,
This one is a paperback. This one
but
here, look at
the
compare the covers.
yeah,
This is Amazon because this
uh-huh,
is my paperback, and this is a hardcover from Book Vault. The
right,
same image, so they both look good.
yeah, yeah.
You would think
Um,
the same people did them.
the quality at Vervante when
Okay.
I had the 2 books together and held them were probably a good 60% different.
So why don't we know about it? I've never heard of it before. Why isn't it out there if it's someone that started the whole pod world?
I have no idea. I never know who agrees with what and what contracts there are, what conversations,
Well, I guess I'd wanna know the downside because so far I love the advice I've gotten. I feel like I'm moving in the right direction by creating my
Mhm.
own author website to sell stuff in addition to Amazon, but there's always a learning curve, and you don't
Yep,
ever know until you jump in, and sometimes that learning
yep,
curve is like,
yep.
"Oh my gosh," and setting up
Huge.
my Shopify, honestly, I had to walk away several times and leave it for a week and then come back.
I'd rather scale Everest barefoot and
The thing
naked
if anyone
than
does
do this.
Shopify, where it worked, because you have to set up your own website. I mean, it's not like your storefront. And it's not like it's dropping if you've used to WordPress, to me, that's quite easy to navigate. Um, Shopify has a bad learning curve, and until I figured out because it's this kind of thing, it was not intuitive to find where things were. So once you locked it in, it was hard to find something to change it until I realized that on the right side of the whole Shopify thing was this AI. And I would ask
Hmm.
it questions, "How do I find this?" And for some reason, it couldn't tell me. But if I said, "Could you change this picture and remove the whitewash on it?" It could do that, and it would be, "Okay, here you go." And so, if anything, it was like 5 steps ahead of me. All I had to say, "This is a problem I have with my website. Can you change it for me?" And it did it. So that was my big moment because I was like, I nothing else I've ever come across, it's like, where do I find it so I have to do it? So that
Well,
was
PayHip
good.
sure as heck doesn't have that, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
So I was at once I figured that out, I was happy, but it took me a while to figure out that's what their AI did. Because 'Cause I'm used to
Hmm.
AI that you say, "Hey, I need to find this page." I eventually figured out a way where I would say, "Give me a link," and it did give me a link to some of the pages where I could go in and change the text. But
Yeah.
even that, it should be easier. There's been a leap where finding where something was, you used to just read down the whole list,
Right,
and suddenly they're
right.
hiding some of that from you as a it wasn't I'm like, "Why isn't it where it should be? It's too advanced." Until I realized I just have to tell it what I want to do, and it'll just magically do it. "Could you resize the picture on the homepage?" Magically, it does
Sure,
it. "Here you go.
sure.
How's
Ta-da!
that?" And I'm like, "Could you nudge it a little to the right?" Yeah, anyway. So, Shopify had those issues, and once I got over them, 'em, I'm happier, and I feel like if I jumped into PayHip, I'd have to
Well,
start
there's
all
no
over.
I was
It's
gonna say there's
simpler,
no
it's
reason to
simpler.
go backwards. That's where
No,
I'm
yeah,
definitely gonna support you. Don't go back.
yeah.
For me, it was the learning curve. It was I thought PayHip was too simplistic.
It is pretty
And
simple,
then and
right.
it but it's not. That's
Oh,
what I found out. No,
really?
'cause I c and like you said, like, on their frequently asked questions and all that, they don't go into detail. So I started reading articles and watching the YouTube, because I would go to other PayHip stores, I'm like,
YouTube
"Why does
Music,
it
yeah.
look like this? What the flip? Where did you get that?" They've gotta be coders or CSS or whatever, and by the way, when I wanted to change something on my PayHip and I saw there was a CSS uh, code thing, I was like, "But I don't know CSS." And Lisa's like, "Well, chat does." So I said, "Well, what do you do? What's the CSS to do this and this and this?" Got the code, put it in. Guess what? My site works that way now, and I was like, "Yes!" Um, but there, but when I found out that there are other aspects that are hidden, layers of complexity in PayHip, that you if you do things in certain stages, when you change it in a certain way, it unlocks other features
Oh,
automatically that are free. I've had PayHip for years and made money with it, and I'm like, "I didn't know they exist." Now I love my store, and I'm like, "Wait, what else is there?" And if I have a challenge that I can't figure out, I go and I send an email to their customer service. Now, I haven't had service like this in probably about a good 7, 8 years. Their customer service is really, really good, and I'm very pleased. So they've always gotten back to me, like, within an hour at the most. My first 2 questions that I was stuck the other day, they got back to me within 2 minutes.
mhm.
2 minutes. And they just said, "This is what the challenge is." So, went from
Yeah,
there.
you need to do a
I want
video,
to
I
know all
think,
these tricks.
of your trick.
No. No,
That's not
well,
a bad thing.
no, Lisa was one that helped me
Lisa should
find out.
know them, Lisa. Oh, I wanna see Carrie Shaw, what are you talking about the F-16? That's interesting.
The
I am an Air Force brat, I don't know what H Air Force Base meant. H. Hmm, can't think.
Hills Air is it Hills Air Force
Oh,
Base?
up there you and you got where you are. I never went to Hill.
Well, it's way
Is it?
far north from where I am.
Yeah, yeah, but you're right, it
Because
must be Hill.
it's past Salt Lake, it's going
Yeah,
north
I never
further,
went
isn't
there,
it?
but
So,
that is the Air
yeah,
Force Base.
yeah,
Hill.
Hill Air
He's
Force
like,
Base.
so
Wait,
you're
Hill
comparing
yeah.
Shopify being confusing to, an F flying an F-16? Maybe maybe.
Oh, then
That'd
I
be very
definitely
confusing for
I
me.
can't do
My dad
either.
was a fighter pilot, so
Oh,
I
that's
lived
pretty
on a
good.
lot of Air Force bases. Oh, that was there's a sound when the airplanes start up in the morning at different bases. There was a plane, I think it was the OV-10. it would make this whirling sound, and I just found it so soothing as a child because you could hear it start up in the morning because you living on the base. Good times. Not to change the subject. But yeah, this is important stuff, I think. Ogden. Oh, yeah, Ogden. You're right, that's nowhere
Yeah.
near it's
Nope.
a whole
No.
'nother city.
But I pass through Ogden often to go see my brother. He lives in Logan, so
There
yeah.
you go.
Fun, fun, fun.
Fun.
All right, does anyone have any questions for us?
Yeah,
Because I think we've had a good warm up. We've gotten past our technical difficulties.
yeah, we
Uh,
started and restarted, and I really have to eat lunch.
yes, best snow on earth. That is correct. So, because it's so light,
Oh,
the well, we have lack of humidity. That's why it's so light. Isn't that why?
sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
oh,
I don't ski.
I do. Park City was great skiing. What I loved about living in Park City is it's a town where it's mostly sunny. So even though there's snow and stuff, it's not moody with, like, weather or it just seems to be it was very sunny to live there, which I
It's
don't
just
know why I
beautiful.
thought it would be different, yeah. It was fun to live up there.
I always felt
Snow, hate it.
it felt like a college town to me.
Yeah,
When
there's
I
that.
was
Well, I mean, it's
when
a
it's
tourist
just
town.
yeah,
That's why I
very much so.
eventually left. You can't, you know, you can't live in a tourist town forever. It was fun, but yeah.
It's fun to visit.
I
Yeah.
became like, my brother used to come up and ski all the time, but I he called me a connoisseur of good ski days because as a local, you could buy a coupon book for 10 visit to, to the Park City slope, the main slope,
Uh-huh.
and, yeah, I didn't wanna use a coupon unless it was a good enough day because you didn't wanna get on the hill and then weather comes in and you gotta wasted a coupon because I only wanted to ski in the best ski condition. I think it's more
Oh,
of a ski snob, but yeah, that's a long time. I haven't skied. I'll never ski again, but
Jesse, you love snow? Really? No,
no,
we haven't had any. We got some
no,
up on the mountains, but it's so dry. It's just we haven't even gotten rain, which is not good.
that's
So,
not good
uh,
because that's not
I
good
was
for us
told
down here where we need you guys to get snow.
well, I talked to one of my farmer friends, one of my neighbors, and he said, this is either close to or exceeding one of the worst, drought times.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
too bad because we had a
Mm.
couple good years. Well, so, going forward, I think you definitely should put it on your list of things to follow up on. We should do a comparison of Shopify, PayHip, this new one you mentioned. What? Vervanti?
Vermonte?
Vervanti? Vervante?
Vermonte?
I mean, other
Well
people
well,
use
there
Ingram, but,
well
Ingram, you wanna talk about difficult, but
really? I
but
had
they're
an easy
probably worth
time.
it. Well, see, here you go.
That's Ingram.
I'm not saying that they don't do a good
No,
system
I'm
with
just
Spark.
saying I just had a
You didn't
I
have a
this is
problem?
what this oh, I didn't have a problem at all.
Well, then this is
So,
I think those kinda tips are actually really useful to people. They would be useful to me. They almost deserve their own little thing to say, "Hey, here's what I used. Here's the pitfalls. Here's
I
what worked."
I agree. I think the key thing is what you said is it's a learning curve.
There's a
'Cause
learning
it
curve for
'cause
everything.
'cause yeah, 'cause when you learn something and it's solid and you follow the pattern, it's like, "Oh, this is old hat."
Mhm.
So that's
The
what it is
great
for me with
thing the
Ingram
reason to
or
learn to me Ingram Sparks is that Ingram is the people that control all the ISBNs, and they're like the foundation of that whole market. So, it's really good to
they
be in their
are? I didn't
system.
know that.
Yes,
I didn't know that.
Ingram is.
I've had so many ISBN numbers. I think I still have about
Well,
850.
I don't know
So
if they control, but they're like the funnel. They're the house where all these things go through. Ingram. That's what everybody
they were the
buys
biggest
from.
world
Yeah,
distribution center
but they're
because
like
they
the
used to control all the
source.
comic books. That's how I found out about
Yeah, yeah. So
it.
I don't know how they're tied into the ISBNs, but they are the, what do I wanna say? Somebody out there knows better. But they're like the main filter where everything goes through. Like, if
The
you wanna
big
buy a
distribution
hardcover
center.
book, yeah, it's you need to
They're
be
over the
listed
whole
there.
planet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're the
So
source.
if you are listed with there, I think it's Lisa will know it's either 20 or 40,000 bookstores and libraries. You automatically get added. So if you go through
Yeah.
Ingram.
So there's all those plus and minuses and let's see.
Check out
Alright.
Peter Duke's use of AI, lots of productive takeaways for everyone, well beyond the central topic theme of the Duke report. So,
Okay.
oh,
Yeah, well, that ties back to our first live when we were talking all about AI, and then we got into Shopify and PayHip and
yeah.
print on demand.
Well,
Good
so
topics.
yep, platforms and print on demand. The thing is that I want to do an idiot's guide. You can't call it that because that's copyright, but I want to do an idiot's guide or maybe a shock list of how to publish a book. I got approached. I had a guy show up to my door, my front door, and my kids are like, "Dad, someone's here to see you." I was like, "It's the middle of my workday, and I'm in here writing." I'm like, "Stop knocking on the door, Dad. There's someone at the front door to see you." I was like, "Who is it?" They're like, "We don't know." So I go to the door, and there's a young man there, and he's like, and he's trying to shake my hand, and he's like, "So I wanted to ask you a question on how to publish a book," and I'm like,
Really?
um. Yeah, not a good time, not a and I saw him, that Sunday, and I, bumped into him there, and I said, Alright, let's try this again. First of all, don't show up at somebody's house unannounced, nobody knows who you are or what you're doing." I said, "Not good, not safe."
I wouldn't
Second
even
of
open the
all,
door to people.
well, I don't have one of those peephole things,
I
and,
have windows. I look out and go,
and the
"Yeah, I
dogs
see you."
bark at everybody, so I'm one of those confrontational people, so I'm just like, "Alright, open the door, what do you want?"
What
I
you
used to
want?
race when I was in my 20s, I used to race to the door in front of my wife so that I could go take care of door-to-door salesmen, because 'cause I'd had a bad day at work and I was gonna have a very,
I am not
very
surprised.
lively conversation. My wife was a wallflower, she's like, "Hon," I was like, "What?" She goes, "It's a salesman on the phone." She's like 21, I'm like, "Give me that phone." I was messing with people. By the time she'd spent 3 years with me
Okay.
married, then it's like, "Have you had a good day?" "No." Then the phone rings like, "I'll get it." "No, I'll get it." And they're just toast. So, I'll give you a story. I'll give you a story because I love stories. Why? Because it's life and fiction. Yes, my life actually does have these things happen. So someone calls at, like, 2:30 in the morning. The phone at that time, I'm in my mid-20s, my wife's in her mid-20s, so we're there asleep. We lived in South Jordan, had a little tiny house, having a good night's rest. My phone rings. It's on my wife's side of the bed. So I'm like, "What the heck?" Now, in my family, because of all the accidents we happen, if you get a call in the middle of the night, it's not a good thing, right? So you're terrified when the phone rings in the middle of the night.
Everybody's
Right,
that way.
Jesse? So, yeah, she knows the story. Yeah, Jesse's like, "Dad, huh?" She knows the story that's coming. So the phone rings on my wife's side of the bed. So she picks it up and immediately she jumps up in bed. Sitting up, she's like, "Ah, ah," and she slams the phone down. I'm like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "Ew, ah." It was just the foul things that this person said. And I went, "Huh." So I turn on my little lamp on my on my side of the bed, and I get out and I get up in my pajamas and I'm going around my bed. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Wait." I go over to you remember the good old days when we had yellow pages and white pages? Well, this was also right. Do you remember that little tiny box that was called caller ID when it first came out? I had that, and that was on my wife's side of the bed. So she had a number,
It was a
she had
box?
a name. Yeah, little white thing that you'd hook up to your phone, and it would give you the name and the number.
I never had that, and
Yeah.
I was there, but
Oh,
I did not have that.
I I have
You're
that. Anyway, so
fancy.
so
Anyway,
we're so we'd go over well, that was before, like, the star 69. It was an actual device that would tell you every time.
uh,
So you could look at it before
I
you
was
pick up the
clueless the
phone, and
whole
it would
time.
tell you.
Okay.
Anyway,
I
so
had to
I look at it,
answer the dang phone.
and I go over to the closet, and I pull out the white page. She's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Wait for it." I go over to her side of the bed, I turn on the lamp, I look at the number, and I look at the name, and I look up the white pages. I take the phone, and I dial the number back because the
Oh.
number was in there, so I dial the number back. Ring, ring, ring. Then it picks up. Hello? And I said, "Is this?" And then I read the name from the thing. Yes. And then I looked at the white pages. "Do you live at such and such north and such south?" And he's like, yes. I said, "Stay there. I'm on my way over."
Oh,
And then I hung up
no!
the phone. Then I hung up the phone. Anyway, so I go, and my wife's like, "What was that for?" And I go and I put everything back, and I come over to the other side of the bed. I get in, and I turn off the light. I says, "I'm not the only one that's gonna be woken up tonight." So I went back to sleep. So,
Too much. Me too.
I that's me. You should
It's a good
I had
story.
I had a phrase growing up. It is better for you that we should be friends. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's a perfect place to end because we have a lot of friends in chat. Thanks, guys, for popping in and saying hi and listening to us ramble. But hopefully it's
Well,
something useful. It's just fun to hang out with you, at least for me.
thanks.
Does my
I
heart
would say
good.
I like hanging out with me too, but I do it all the time, and I'm not sure I like it.
We'll
Anyway,
do it again
thank
soon.
you.
Everyone take care.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.